Farming, compost is like money in the bank. So when your accounts get low, it's time to build a big pile. And we've had one coming for a while. So what I like to do is find an area of the farm where we can incorporate a landscaping project with a compost project. And hopefully you have all the resources you need to build your pile close by. We had a perfect scenario with this massive pile that we built right here because it was in the parking lot where we've got our wood chips, we've got our big tall bananas, and we had a bunch of cane grass lining the driveways. You can see there's still some here, but it was all around and it was time to do some mowing. So all that put together meant we could build a really big pile without moving resources all over the farm. That's ideal. So check it out. We've got this massive pile and we started with a bed of already, you can see it here, dry invasives. These are like gingers and stuff that we had cut down and then covered with these tarps. And so they had already broken down, give us a nice bit of carbon, right? Compost is basically a balance between carbon and nitrogen. It takes that nitrogen to break that carbon down into black soil. And it takes about 6 months. So you gotta think ahead with your compost piles to make sure that you always have rich topsoil for your garden, because that's the #1 amendment. Be it fertility, be it problems with pests, be it nutrition problems, right? Micronutrients, same answer, add more compost to your soil. Okay, so check it out. We're gonna go over here and look at how we built this pile in layers. We started with that bed of already dried gingers, and then on that, we cut these banana leaves back. And you can see this is a really tall banana. This is the original Brazilian apple banana, full height. And what we do is we leave those leaves on there as a biofilter between our property and the neighbors. This is our good neighbor policy wall, yeah? So what we did is we cut down a lot of leaves, we got ladders, we cut them up high, and we made a massive pile. As we were doing that, we cut some banana stalks down, and those laid out the border. And then we filled that with banana leaves. I like to think of it as a raft. It's like a big floaty bed of carbon, which I'm gonna smash with nitrogen in the form of cane grass, okay? While we were doing that, we got Curtis up there with the blade. We had some really tall cane grass by the fence, so he cut that down. We wheelbarrowed down, we laid that in on top of that banana leaves. We have the brown carbon banana leaves getting smashed with a nice thick layer of cane grass, okay? So that gives our layer 1. We wet that down because it's really hard to wet the thing once you have too many layers. You want to layer it as you go like a lasagna and hit it with water as you go, okay? What did we go next on that? After that, we came in with a nice big bed of wood chips. Come check it out. Man, this is the #1 amendment, other than compost, for organic gardening. This is woods chips made from all the tree work we do. I got my buddy Coco Pete. He comes down here and he cuts trees down and then he chops them up. I think this was actually done by one of his disciples, Trent, who is also now the man with the trees. He's got the big 21-inch capacity chipper, and he came and cut down some really big trees, and then he chipped them up here and laid them in for us. And with all this fertility, you can see that this chips is layered with bacteria and fungal growth. Yeah, this is hypha, this white stuff. That's the stuff that feeds plants. So what we're doing is, as we're laying this into that pile, we're inoculating that pile with indigenous microorganisms. Doesn't get any better than that. So we got the layer of carbon, and then we got the nitrogen on top, and then we come with a layer of wood chips, a second layer of carbon. You'll notice this is pretty fine. It's going to break down pretty quickly, but it is hard wood, right? So it's going to take some time. You can see it's nice and moist, and it's totally inoculated with bacteria and fungal activity. So that's going to get that pile chemically active for us, right? Microorganisms. On top of that, we came with another layer of banana leaves, and then we hit it with another layer of cane grass, and then we cut down a bunch of tea leaves, tea trees, and other gingers, and we layered that on top. Meanwhile, I went around and mowed everything and got 2 big garbage cans full of grass clippings. Okay, we watered in those layers, we hit it with the tree leaves, we hit it with the ginger, we hit it with another layer of wood chips, another layer of inoculation, and then we covered the whole thing with real hot, bright nitrogen grass clippings to top it off. Let's take a quick look and see how that thing's going. Look at this, this is beautiful. So you can see all the different layers like lasagna, and this stuff, man, this stuff is hot. This must be about 130 plus, and you can see already I'm getting all that bacterial action, that white hypha growing throughout the pile. This is steaming hot, okay? It's nice and moist. Sometimes I'll leave it uncovered, let it get hit with rain, and then we'll cover it up so it doesn't get overly saturated. You want it to have air going throughout, and that's why it's important to have all that different size. Yeah, we have banana leaves, which don't compact too much, and then wood chips, which are more compact, and then we have the gingers and the teas, which have a lot more air. And that way we're getting varied size for air capacity, and then we have air, 65 to 70% moisture, a balanced nitrogen and carbon. I go about 50-50, inoculated with wood chips. This is gonna be a massive pile of black gold in about 6 months, and this is gonna go directly into the gardens. So I'm gonna cover this back up, let it cook down, and we'll check it again in 4 months. Maybe we'll have to turn it. I like to do a slow burn pile. The hotter it gets, the faster it burns off. So we do a nice slow pile, and we'll check in about 4 months to see if we need to turn it or do any adjustments. Hope you enjoyed our compost pile project mixed with landscaping. Mix your landscaping projects with your compost project. Make sure the resources are all close, and you'll get a really dynamite pile without doing excessive work and moving stuff all over the place. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and come join us again for more tips on how to make awesome regenerative farming projects.